D, wait for it, delightful.
Check out the name tag. You're in my world now, Grandma.
What's up, nerds, and welcome to my week in review, where I come to you every Sunday with 3 entertainment stories that I personally find interesting, and then we discuss them down below. Also down below, you can find the articles that I read to bring you this story, and you can read them and make them up for your own mind up for yourself. But I just want to say before I get started that if you like what I do here and you enjoy independent content here on YouTube, please consider subscribing to my YouTube channel. YouTube is about to do their annual bot purge and old account cleanse, and there always is a little bit of collateral damage. So I ask that you please like, share, and subscribe. So let's get started on these 3 stories. So for my first story, it looks like Ms. Marvel has chosen its directors for the 8-episode TV show. Now, they haven't said anything about casting for this show, but they've picked Adil El Arbi. I hope I'm saying these all right. And Fala. I'm not saying these right. I know I'm not. But anyway, so these 2 guys, they directed Bad Boys for Life, Bad Boys 3, and I think they did a good job of that movie. That movie was really spectacular, even if I do say so myself. And I think that them picking these 2 directors to direct at least one episode, it's going to be very action-packed. I do think that this part was a good choice. The second director is Sharmeen Abad Chinoy. I'm pretty sure I'm not saying that right either. And she is, she's got 2 Oscars, and she is a documentarian director. She directed some short documentaries or whatnot. And I think that this is an interesting pick just because it's, you know, you've got a superhero show, but yet you've hired a documentarian, like somebody that does documentaries, and I think that's very interesting to say the least. So for the last choice they picked was Meena Menon. I'm going to say that's her name. Now, she has directed plenty of TV show episodes. She's directed The Walking Dead, The Punisher, Titans, Dirty John, and Outlander. So she's got some directing TV shows episodes under her belt, and I think that all of these directors, I mean, obviously they've proven themselves in some way, shape, or form, and I think it's going to be very interesting that they've picked, you know, one that's directed TV episodes, so she obviously has done this before. They've got 2 guys that are directing at least one episode that are very action orientated, and I hope to see a lot of action. And then you've got one who's documentarian, who's won 2 Oscars, so she obviously knows what she's doing, but it'll be very interesting seeing how she's going to direct with this whole documentary slate under her belt. Now, of course, this is for TV plus the movies. This character, Ms. Marvel, is going to start off in the TV show, and then Kevin Feige has said that she'll eventually, go to the movies. Now, I have to say, this is great as far as this is the first Pakistani Muslim superhero to hit the small screen and the big screen that I can think of. And yeah, personally, I don't like Ms. Marvel. I read those comic books and I didn't get into them as much just because, like, I couldn't relate to her. She's like a 16-year-old girl, and I'm like, contrary to popular belief, I'm not a 16-year-old girl. So I really can't relate to those kind of problems. Plus, I think her power set sucks. I think she's got the crappiest power. Well, not the crappiest powers, but she's got crappy powers. I mean, all she does is she just makes her fist all huge, and then she like stretches. She's like she's like diet Mr. Fantastic. It's just not that great. The thing that I do relate to her, and I kind of like, is that she's a fangirl when it comes to superheroes. So I do like that about her. She's always like when she first meets Wolverine, she like geeks out because she's like, oh my gosh, you're Wolverine and everything. So she knows all about him. So I do like that aspect of her. I do think that there's during the latest Marvel game, they did play that up a little too much in my opinion. But like I said, that's the part of her that I do like. So that is my first story of the day. So for my second story of the day, It looks like Quibi might be for sale. And I mean, come on, who couldn't call that? So Jeffrey Katzenberg, who used to work for Disney, he, got Megan Whitman, and they raised $1.75 billion to start Quibi. Now, they've been struggling since the get-go to get subscribers. I mean, they're on the bottom of the list. I mean, and they did it with this whole short-form style, and basically Quibi is, you can only watch it on your phone, which sucks right there. It's 10 minutes or less for each episode of whatever, and then you can't record or take screenshots of the TV shows when you're watching them. So I think that right there, all that combined, is really a problem. I mean, I get that they had an idea, and I think it's great that they were able to gather up all this money. But now that looks like one of the things they might be doing is selling off Quibi, because it's not doing well, obviously. They do want to blame the pandemic, but I don't know if it's the pandemic's fault, because I don't think anybody was looking for this. I didn't hear about it right off the bat. And when I did hear about it, I was like, okay, I'll check this out. And then when I checked it out, there were a couple of shows that I was interested in watching. For instance, When the Streetlights Go On, I was interested in watching that show. And then I was also interested in that show Dummy, starring Anna Kendrick. But once I found out I had to pay for it, I was like, I'm not paying for this. That sounds ridiculous. So it looks like now they might be selling off Quibi because they can't make their money back. And I mean, like, I don't, surprise, right? So that was my second story of the day. So for my last story of the day, so it looks like Disney has cast their Tinkerbell in their upcoming Peter Pan and Wendy movie. Now, they have cast Yara Shahidi, and you may know her. She started in Blackish. She started off as the daughter on that show, and she became a huge fan favorite and got her own spin-off show called Grownish. Now, I have not seen any of these shows, and in all honesty, I've never heard of Yara Shahidi until now. So this movie is going to be directed by David Lowery, and it's going to be called Peter Pan and Wendy. Now, they've said it's not for Disney Plus. They said it's going to be a theatrical release. And I have to say, like, you've got, for instance, now this isn't the first Peter Pan movie ever made. Of course, you have Hook from the 90s. And then, of course, you have Pan, which just came out like a couple years ago, and that was directed by Joe Wright. And that movie sucked. Hardcore. But this one looks like it's going to have Jude Law as Captain Hook, Alexander Maloney as Pan, and Ever Anderson as Wendy. Now, there were rumors that they were trying to get Taylor Swift and Zendaya. In fact, I read that they offered Zendaya Tinkerbell and Ariel, but she turned them down, and because I guess she doesn't want to play Disney movies anymore. But they got Haley Bailey, and they've got now Yara Shahidi playing Tinkerbell, two traditionally white characters in the movies past, and now they're, race bending and everything, which I think is fine because, Yara Shahidi playing Tinkerbell. I mean, Tinkerbell's like a fake character anyways. I mean, it's a fairy. It doesn't exist. So of course you can change their race. I can't speak as far as Yara Shahidi's acting abilities. So I'll have to wait for judgment until I see her in something. Like I said, I've never seen her in anything, so I honestly don't know. So, but I do think that this is good. This is good. I mean, I'll probably see it. I mean, I got kids. I'll take them to see a Peter Pan live action movie. I don't care who's playing Tinkerbell. So tell me, what do you guys think about these three stories? How do you feel about these directors getting picked to direct Ms. Marvel, the TV show? How do you feel about Quibi going up for sale? And are you planning on putting your bid in? And then how do you feel about Yara Shahidi being cast as Tinkerbell? Go ahead and leave all your comments in that section down below. If you like this video, go and hit that like button. I won't mind. If you're new to my channel, please hit that subscribe button. I would greatly appreciate it. And I will see you guys next Sunday on my week in review. You guys have a good day. Bye.
Hey nerds, if you like this video, go ahead and click that Geek What icon and subscribe. And if you like this video, go ahead and join me every Sunday with my week in review.